YouTube, we got a question over from Instagram right now. We're cross streaming on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, but maybe you guys will get some value from this as well. I don't really talk too much about my other businesses here on the channel because I don't really, they're not my expertise, even though I'm getting results in them and I'm in the industry and I'm an investor. It's not anywhere near the level of expertise that I have in Amazon, right? In e-commerce, which is where I generated a majority of my net worth. However, the question is related to trucking, why I chose trucking. And what was the second part?
How's the trucking market?
How is the trucking market? So for those of you that do know, I do have a trucking fleet. For some of you guys who do not know, I have a trucking fleet, right? Which is semi trucks, 18-wheelers. Currently, we have 9 trucks. One of them was just recently totaled, so we have 8. One of them's in the shop, so we have 7 that are kind of active. And the reason why I chose the business is because I feel regardless of what happens with the economy, people are always going to need stuff delivered, like groceries, stuff for Amazon, for perfect example. And the trucking business isn't going to go anywhere. On top of that, like analyzing the cash flow is good. And when it comes to being an investor, like you want to diversify. So like the reason why so many people, we have a little bit of everybody that gets into the Amazon business. We have people who have a job and they kind of hate their job. They're just doing it to get by, but they want a new career path, and they'll work their job while they're building their Amazon business. And once their Amazon business surpasses the income of their job, they'll quit their job. That's group or bucket A, right? Group or bucket B is someone who wants to do a side hustle, right? So maybe you have a good job, maybe you have a good career, maybe you're already an entrepreneur or a business owner, and you want something that doesn't require a ton of time, ton of effort, and something that you can run from your home or from anywhere from a computer during your spare time. A lot of people love Amazon for that. And then bucket number 3, or C, we'll call it, is an investor like me who already has real estate and maybe stocks and is in crypto and has a good career or another job or business, or is an entrepreneur, and they want to invest and they actually want to build another business. So we work with all 3 different types of people. And for me, the trucking was bucket number 3, or C, where I just wanted to take money that I've made in my Amazon business and with my real estate and differentiate them. So we currently have tons of different businesses and tons of different avenues that generate cash flow, and that's what it's all about. So really good question.
Here's another question. When it comes to being an affiliate, where's the best place to post? Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook?
Yes, that's a really good question. So when it comes to being an affiliate, where should you post? So I don't really cover too much about affiliate marketing. However, I do affiliate marketing. It's one of our revenue streams. And the key that I can tell you, or the best knowledge or information that I can give you about affiliate marketing is, and you can actually learn something from this when it comes to marketing your products on Amazon or marketing your products as a business owner, regardless if it's a physical location like a nail salon or it's a physical product like, let's just say, a supplement. You want to identify what social media is best to promote the type of product that you have. So first and foremost, take the product that you have and reverse engineer what is the demographic, what is the geographic. And once the more you understand the customer or the client, the more you can understand, okay, what social media is going to be best. So for instance, let's say, I'll just use this because it's right in front of me and I just got done drinking this. Let's say I'm using this supplement, this BCAA. It's going to be in the sports, the outdoor, the nutrition, that niche, right? This may be good on Instagram. It may be good on TikTok. It may be good on YouTube. Why? Because people who are learning how to work out, learning how to lose weight, learning how to be healthier, learning about supplements, they like watching short form content on TikTok and reels on Instagram. They also like going to YouTube and watching videos as well. So think about where your consumer is going to be, your customer is going to be, and then lead with value and then introduce the product. That's like the best tip that I can give you. Let's see, we have a couple on YouTube here. Very, very new, looking for help from the ground up, 10K in capital to start. Yeah, absolutely. So we highly like what we recommend. And again, guys, anything that comes to numbers about earnings or about how much you need, again, it can be less, it could be more. There's no exact cookie cutter. Like if you want to go open up a franchise where they can just tell you it's $680,000 to open up a Baskin Robbins, there's variables and variations because products change, markets change, the economy's climate changes. So there's tons of variables. But what we tell the majority of our clients and people who are viewers are around $3,000 to $5,000 in USD currency is a good starting point to test your product. That's for your test order, that's for shipping, that's to create your Amazon account, and that's some revenue for your PPC. Now, if you find a product that you think you want to sell that's making $40,000 a month, you're going to need significantly more than that because you're going to need more inventory. That range, $3,000 to $5,000 USD, is for a product that can generate around $3,000 to $10,000 per month. And that's can generate, not will generate, because nothing's guaranteed except the day that you're born, you know that you'll die one day, right? However, with that being said, that's a good number to go off of. When I found my product, I was there. There was only 2 sellers, but I got my product manufactured and shipped, but have not arrived yet. But now there's more than 20 sellers. What do you recommend when launching? Yeah, so if you're launching a product, and this is going to happen, I wouldn't let that shock you too much. If you find a product and there's not a ton of sellers, and during your due diligence, manufacturing, and launching period, there's more people coming in, all that means is that you found a newer product that doesn't have that much depth of market. Not necessarily saying it's good or bad product. I would need more data to go off of. But there's always going to be more sellers coming into the marketplace. The most important thing you want to focus on is having a plan. Most people that say they found bad products or they made no money, it's not a product problem, it's a person problem. So they didn't have the reviews, they didn't have someone helping them, they didn't have the experience, they didn't know how to get sales, they didn't know how to run PPC. There's usually variables that are the issue, right? So first and foremost, like going in chronological order, while your product's being made, you said it hasn't shipped to Amazon or been received yet, I would focus on the listing. Listing optimization is going to be your pictures, your title, your bullet points, your description, which is all that copy that goes on your page. I would focus on keywords, which are search terms. That way you can start your PPC campaigns. And other than that, I would just be doing your due diligence and monitoring the marketplace. What are the daily sales? What are the new people coming to the space? What are they doing that's different? What are their prices? And constantly be on top of that data. That way you can kind of be nimble in changing your pricing, your product marketing, so on and so forth. If I sell out of a pretty decent product and there is a 30 to 45 day lead time, should I close the listing until I can reopen my inventory? So here's the thing. If you're testing a product or you order and you undershoot how much inventory you should have, or you sell more than what you thought you needed, I want you to understand like this. So you have your BSR, which is your bestseller ranking. That determines your rank in the search engine within Amazon. So there's 2 things that can affect that BSR, your bestseller ranking, right? When it comes in terms of running out or not having inventory. Number 1 is less sales volume. So if you have less sales volume, what happens is your BSL will start to get higher. So the higher the BSR, the less sales you get and the worse ranking that you have. For instance, if you were 10,000 BSR and you identified that you're running out of inventory and you raised your price to slow down sales, that way you don't run out of inventory, you may go from 10,000 to 27,000 BSR, right? However, you can keep it active and not dormant. Now, what a dormant account is, or a dormant listing, is when it runs out of inventory. Once your listing runs out of inventory and there's 0 in inventory, it becomes dormant. And what happens is Amazon dings you, and your BSR may go from 10,000 to 50, and then to 70, and then to 100,000. And you'll notice that there's an image. All of your data on your page will be missing, and there will be an image with text that says, something along the lines, don't hold me to the exact words, but sorry, this product is not available. We don't know if it ever will be available. So people that are coming, like repeat customers or people that are finding your product and going there, it's a bad turnoff, right? Number 1. And number 2, your BSR tanks significantly more when you have no inventory versus having inventory, but your sales decreasing dramatically. So I hope that makes sense and that you caught that. But overall, very short layman's terms, it's best to increase your price lower your marketing and your PPC and sell less, significantly less, and stretch that until you're back in inventory than it is to literally just keep the momentum, run out of product, and then your BSR just tank, because then you're going to have to relaunch your product once you get your product. The good thing is, there's still a pro. It's not like you're done for, you're screwed. You're not going to be able to get back to where you are. It's just you're going to have to expend that extra amount of resources to rank your product, right? Initially, when you're launching and ranking your product for the search terms that are going to get you ranked so that you can get organic sales, which are sales without people clicking on ads, that's usually the most expensive. And you'll break even or lose a little bit of money, like full transparency. But once you do that, you make money on the back end, because now when people type in BCAA post-workout, they don't have to click an ad that you're paying Amazon for. You'll show up in the search results, first page, second page, and they'll buy from there, right? So that's pretty much the difference, and that definitely makes a big difference in terms of profitability, right? So that's a huge hack there. Great question. I'm making my first listing where it says brand. Can I just make my own brand name, or is there something I need to do first? I don't have a brand name yet. Yeah, Abe. So you can change your brand name as many times as you want. You can put Abe's Product, Abe Co., Abe Brands, Abe E-commerce. You can call it whatever you want. It's not official until you get the trademark. So once you get the trademark, you can't just go in there and change it, right? So the most important thing, and you're on the right track, the most important thing is finding the product, right? And I'm not endorsing these people, so I'm going to turn this around. Finding the physical product, right? Doing your due diligence, making sure that the product makes sense, locating a supplier, working with the supplier, making the product how you want. That's called the validation. And then the verification is going to be getting it to the marketplace as fast as possible. Your packaging doesn't matter. The container doesn't matter. The product being the best does not matter. All that matters is that you find the right product, you do your due diligence, you differentiate a little bit, you get your reviews, you launch it, and you're actually understanding the business model and how the marketing and everything works, right? Because then on your next order, you can change the brand name and apply some resources and get your name trademarked, and you can change the packaging. And the perfect example that I use, because so many people stress out with that, is every single year, religiously for the last decade, Apple has sold us the same computer, headphones, iPad, and computers, just improved. New packaging, right? Faster chip, faster processor, better graphics, so on and so forth. Essentially, it's the same thing. Oh, and the phone is what they're notorious for. So literally, Apple's been doing this for years consecutively. So don't hold yourself back from literally launching a product and it not being the packaging you want or the brand name you want. The most important thing is finding the product, making sure that that product is generating the revenue that you want. It's a testing game until you make it work. And think about it. By a show down below in the chat, how many of you, when you're shopping on Amazon, you go to Amazon, you type in the product that you want, right? Let's just say bed sheet or whatever the product is that you're looking for. How many of you guys are buying based off of what the packaging looks like or based off what the brand name is? Like, have you, any of you guys down below, say yes or no, have you guys went to Amazon and you're like, oh, I don't like the name of that brand name, or, oh, I've never heard of that brand name, or let me see what the packaging looks like. I don't like the packaging. Have any of you guys not bought or made a purchasing decision on Amazon.com based off those two variables? And the answer is no. Nobody's going on there like, Alzico, I don't know what the heck Alzico is. I'm not going to buy this. No, if you look at a majority, and I challenge you guys to do this, after this show, go into your Amazon history, because 2/3 of America, 51% of the globe shops on Amazon. So I know everybody watching right now, around 75% of all of you guys have Amazon accounts and have bought something in the last 30 days. That's facts. That's factual. Go into your history on Amazon and start looking at the brand names. They're going to be some of the most random names that you've ever heard in your life. Nobody looks at them, and it does not matter what they are. The reason why I'm going in depth in this is because when everybody starts, one of the biggest mistakes that they make is over-analyzing what the brand name should be, what the logo should be, and under-focusing on the product. The product is king. The product is what's going to make you the money. You haven't spent enough money to get brand notoriety, which is when people notarize or understand or know who you are. Like if you drive by and you see a big yellow M, you immediately know that's McDonald's because they have brand notoriety. If someone's wearing a garment and it has this crazy little swoosh looking thing, you immediately know it's Nike, even if you've never bought Nike, because Nike has brand notoriety. Same with that red can of soda. If I say red can of soda, immediately, subconsciously, you think of Coca-Cola because they have brand notoriety and depth of market. When you're starting out, people are going to Amazon to find products to solve a problem for a solution. They have a demand, you have a supply. They don't care the packaging, they don't care the name of the brand, they don't care who you are. Is the price right? Does it offer value? Is it good quality? Those are the main factors. I launched 5 products, all losses. Hackers so difficult. So there's like, let's reverse engineer that. I don't know. There's not enough specifics as to why they would be failures. Hopefully I can help you with that. But here's the thing. A true loss and a true failure is not starting or giving up. My first 3 products failed. I launched a gel. I don't even remember the name of it. A gel insert sticky pad. I launched a USB dual port car charger. I launched this fidget spinner right here. I launched tons of products that failed. Here's the thing. With every single product that you launch that does not succeed or does not make you money, you have to really focus on what went wrong there. And here's the thing, like, it's so crazy. So many people say that. And then when I really, like, when they come a part of our program or coaching or consulting, or they become a client or whatever it is, when we really decipher what the products were, they did not optimize or exhaust the potential of the product. They didn't know what they were doing with PPC. They had no review strategy in place. The listing wasn't optimized. The price was too high. The product quality was garbage. I'm not saying that's the case with your 5 times, but you really got to dive into these things because that can cause a product launch to go sideways, right? So think about that stuff. In terms of hackers, I've never had an issue with hackers. I don't know what you mean by hackers. If you're talking about hijackers, that's why it's so important to have a trademark, right? Amazon really wants legitimate companies on their platform. You can get away launching a product without a trademark. However, Amazon is going to like literally have your back to the point where they'll kick people off your listing, and so on and so forth if you have that trademark. So once you have the trademark, you can apply for Amazon brand registry. You unlock EBC, which is enhanced brand content, A+ content, and you have that protection via your intellectual property, right? Is there a specific criteria to hunt a profitable product? How to be confident that a specific product is a winning product? Yeah, so there's tons. Like here on the channel, we have product research videos. And of course, in our programs, we dive deep for hours on product research. So that's like I could do a 2-hour lecture just on those 2 questions. So overall, some of the most important stuff that you want to look for is a product that's going to sell 24/7, 365. How do we do that? We make sure that it's not trending. We make sure it's not seasonal. Like that's 2 quick things. You can use Google Trends, which is a free resource. We're looking for products that meet specific profit margins. That way, after we pay for the product to be shipped and we pay for the product itself and we pay for the advertisement and we pay Amazon's fee, we can still generate that 30% profit margin. At 33% profit margin, every 3 products you sell, you double your money. So there's just little things like that, right? Of course, there's like price points and so on and so forth. For instance, impulse, there's a lot of impulse shopping that goes on Amazon because they have a patent for the one-click purchase, which means you can go on there. Once you have your credit card on there, you can go on there and click buy now. Boom. You don't have to go to the checkout. You don't have to fill out your stuff. It just buys and sends to your house in 2 days or less. With that being said, they have the patent to that technology, and that technology is so powerful because now people impulse buy stuff. They don't go through the pain of seeing the price. With that being said, there's psychology that goes into impulse persuasion and purchases. For instance, persuasion metrics impulse metrics psychologically, and you can see this in Walmart or CVS or any physical brick and mortar store, are typically 10 to 21.97. You see a lot of products that's 19.97, only 19.97. If you look at infomercials, 19.97, only 19.47. These are impulse numbers and metrics. So I can't go too deep into this. Again, in my program, we discuss this for hours in reference to criteria and what to look for. But you just want to ask yourself simple questions like, how do I find a product that's going to sell every single day? throughout the entire country. Doesn't matter, where you are, what time it is, you're going to buy it. Are you going to reuse it? Is it a one and done type product? This is a one and done type of product. This is a reusable product. So there's things you got to think about. Do you want a product where you could do a subscribe and save mechanism and built-in continuity where now you sell once, you offer value, they keep buying? Are you looking for something that you do mass bulk where people are going to continually buy it once, but you're going to do broad mass market? Like, you got to think about those things too when you're thinking about product development and launching products. After how many days after the start of my product will be sold on Amazon and get money? So that's a funny question. So in reference to launching your product, so this is the way it works, right? You find a product. Once you find the product, you're doing your preliminary research through Jungle Scout. That's the software we use. By the way, we have a discount for you. It's discount.junglescout.com. Once you find a product that makes those metrics where it's selling 10 units per day, $10 profit per unit, that's typically around $3,000 net profit per month. Once you find that, you go to Alibaba, you find the manufacturer. Once you find the manufacturer, you enhance and improve the product, you ship it directly to Amazon. Once it arrives in Amazon, from the point you get your first sale, every 2 weeks, they ACH transfer the money directly to your bank account. So that's like a summarization of how that works. We got a super chat, Eros. Can you tell me who that is? If you like to give yourself the best chance for early success, I don't know. Thank you. Just dropped the super chat. So shout out to Thank you. I appreciate the support. And his question is, if you would like to give yourself the best chance for early success, how much money would you recommend starting off with? In this business, we recommend $3,000 to $5,000 USD. So American, I have to say USD because then people are like, 3,000 to 5,000. I live here. That's cheap. So 3,000 to 5,000 USD. And here's the thing. I hate focusing on like how much. I know that's a huge question because people want to know if they can afford it or it's within their realm. But here's the thing. Like, I became successful with this business because I did not let any excuse stand in my way. Like, can I afford it? Do I have enough money? You're already setting yourself up for failure because if you don't have enough money, okay, excellent. That's right now. Tomorrow, can it be the same? Next week, can it be the same? Next month, can it be the same? The answer can be no. Can you find a partner that you can partner with? This is the way partnerships work. So you have partners who have money or resources or credit and capital. Those partners usually don't have time. Then you have people that don't have credit, don't have capital, don't have resources, but their resource that they bring to the table is actually time. So if you have the time and you're eager and hungry to learn something and you don't have the credit, resources, or money, you can partner with somebody who does. 50% or 33% of $1 million is a lot less than 100% of what your salary is right now. So collaboration over competition and understanding if you lack resources, becoming resourceful is like one of the most important things that you can do. Like, it's a game changer. So that's a big piece of advice. And even in the real estate, like, I'll give you a perfect real world example. Right now, so we have a ton of real estate. I'm looking at getting more real estate. So when you get into really, really big real estate deals, you can have general partners and you can have limited partners. You can have these different partners. And what partners do is they bring different strategic things to the actual relationship. So one person can bring construction knowledge. One person can bring finance knowledge. One person can bring management knowledge. The other person can have the bankroll and they can have the credit and they can have access to the liquidity and the capital to invest in the deal, right? So these are all different partners. Let's just say there's 4 partners and they would each get 25% in the deal. That's a good relationship because everybody's adding value and everybody has something to bring that someone else doesn't. So again, the worst thing you want to do is ask yourself how much is something, and if you can't afford it, just look for something else. Because like, I remember vividly getting started, and a lot of you guys know my story. When I got started, I was broke. I was a felon at the age of 18. I had no high school diploma, no college degree, never made over $9.25 per hour working. So I went through a temp agency and I got hired. I was making $7.25. I was working third shift, 7 p.m. to 3 a.m. every single day. Now, I was getting paid dog crap. We lived in a 1-bedroom apartment that was $375 rent, and we slept on the floor on an air mattress. All of my money, I still didn't make excuses. All of my money went into personal development. All of my money went into saving and testing products. If I needed money, I would go shovel snow. If I needed money, I would go cut grass. If I needed money, I would go to Salvation Army. I would invest my money. I would buy product on Saturday, used clothes that on Saturday were red tag and blue tag at a discount. I would go and sell them on Poshmark and Etsy and eBay, and I would go do retail arbitrage. And I found a way, is what I want you guys to understand. So if you are looking for an excuse, oftentimes you'll find an excuse. So there's a saying, choose execution over excuses. And that's something I live by. So guys, I lost money. Like, I was dead poor. I had a child on the way. I was broke. My wife was an immigrant. She wasn't making much money. So what I did is I took our money and I invested until I figured this thing out. And guess what happens when I lost? When I rolled the dice and it didn't work out and I had no money, I still had a family I had to take care of. I would go volunteer at the Salvation Army, and I would go volunteer my time for canned goods and for food. I would go to the Center Township and I would spray paint handicap railings and pressure wash gum off the floors for vouchers to pay my rent because I had no money. Why? Because I bet all on myself, on my family. If you don't go all in on your dreams, you will go all out on them, right? If you don't sacrifice for your dreams will become the sacrifice. So for some of you, this isn't everybody's case. Some of you guys have resources, you have a good job, you have credit. Some of you guys, you don't. You may be in a similar situation to what I was. If you're not, you have to find a way, right? You have to go all in. You have to literally burn the ship, burn the boat, like Tony Robbins says, to take the island and go all in, right? If you, like, there's a saying, if there's a will, there's a way. Like, your obsessions become your possessions. If you keep coming up with excuses as to why you feel that you can't accomplish success or why you shouldn't be successful, you're going to attract that. So hopefully that helps. Someone said, thanks for clarifying, JC. My product is similar to the Smurley product you showed last week. Pretty heavy and very expensive to replenish inventory. Yeah, so here's the good thing. The number one piece of advice I can tell you guys is do not become emotionally attached to your product, and never lead with emotion, lead with data. So if a product, you're emotionally attached to a product, you did all this work, you designed it, you love it, but it sucks because it's too big, it's too heavy, or it's not selling, liquidate it, remove an emotional attachment from it, and go to the next product. Success loves speed, and the whole secret to the formula, the reason why this is called the AMZ formula, is because there's little specific components that are proprietary to the system I developed, and the whole system is developed around testing quickly and limiting risk. So if it's not working out, liquidate it, cut losses, move to the next one. And every single time you move to a next product, make sure you're learning from the previous product that you launched. Make sure that you're doing just that much more due diligence, because a loss is not a loss is a lesson, and a true failure is not starting or giving up. And it's not just my mythology and my hypothesis around that. If you study some of the most successful people in the world, billionaires like Mark Zuckerberg, like Jeff Bezos, like Elon Musk, they all have this outlandish, completely non-traditional work system where their executives are encouraged to make mistakes. Why would a billionaire and someone who's running $1 trillion company, why would they encourage their executives to make mistakes? Because the quicker you make a mistake, the faster you have a lesson. And the faster you have a lesson, the quicker you can improve. And the faster you improve, the more optimized, the more efficient, the more profitability, the more innovative. All of these things come with that. So it's a shame that society looks at losing money as a failure, as starting something and it not working out as a failure, because guys, this isn't a crapshoot. Like, this doesn't work the first time. Anybody on the internet that tells you this works the first time is lying to you. However, I can tell you, if you start and you do not give up and you're going all in and you're studying and doing the work and you're working with someone who knows what the heck is going on, it will work out. You know how many times I've went to the gym by myself, or I've worked out in my home by myself and got no results? I've gotten more results in the last 90 days working with a personal trainer who lives, sleeps, eats, breathes nutrition and fitness and working out, telling me exactly what to do, the placement of my body, the repetition, the weights. I didn't know these things, right? So you have to think about that. Are you from Puerto Rico? Yeah. So my mother's side of the family is from Puerto Rico, from Mayagüez. Um, do you feel videos are fairly effective? If you can clarify down below, my friend, what you feel about videos being effective, I can elaborate on that. Explain a new investment PDF form. What should your initial investment be? Example, a multifamily manufacturer home. Jacqueline, so maybe I'll do a video or something because people do love when I talk real estate. I just don't do too much of it because it's like a side business of mine. However, maybe I'll do a video breaking down some of my investments, some of my properties. However, I don't want to go too much into context, but basically all my stuff is single family, multifamily, and commercial multifamily. Single family, multifamily is 4 units and below. Multifamily commercials, 4 units and above. But that's pretty much all I know. I used to fix and flip homes back when I was in Indiana, and I did that to flip money. I was making all my money on Amazon. I was buying apartments, and then what I was doing to make more money is I was buying properties and I was flipping them. But it was another job. Like the whole reason I love Amazon and I love entrepreneurship is because when you work for yourself, you can control your time. Time is your most valuable asset. So when I was flipping homes and I was a general contractor, I was exchanging too much of my time for money. With Amazon, like once you get the ball up and rolling and you hire a VA, it's autonomous. It's basically passive when you structure it that way. Of course, when you're starting out, it's not going to be 100% passive. However, it can be if you can hire people to help you or people to do it for you. But not everybody has the same resources, right? How much organically ranked listings we should consider while analyzing a product during product hunting? How much organically ranked listings we should consider? So I really don't understand that question, but the organic ranking doesn't really matter. When you're running the Chrome extension, you can see the average sales and the average revenue. All that matters. And then one of the quick tips that I'll give you is I like to look personally at the bestseller rank of the top sellers, and I like to look at the the review ratio of those sellers as well. And that's a few indicators that can let us know about supply and demand. Again, on the channel, we break that down in great depth. In the 7-figure product series, we break it down in great depth. In my book, I break it down in great depth. And then, of course, in our programs, it's the most in-depth, right? Step by step, looking over my shoulder training where I teach everything I know. Awesome. I keep making a mistake after hiring VAs. ETC, I'm a mess, Josh. So no, yeah, don't worry. Here's the thing. It's good to make mistakes and it's good to learn from them. So every single time something happens or you make a mistake, just make sure you learn from them. But however, like when it comes to hiring a VA, like you can use onlinejobs.ph. That's what we use. They're reputable, really good price. And then what you can do is just make sure you're interviewing them. The biggest mistake you can make is hiring a VA based off of their profile, right? Interview 3 to 5 of them, get to know them, ask them questions. And then when you hire them, just because you hire someone doesn't mean they're on 40 hours a week for the rest of your life. Like you can tell them, like what we do at our company is we'll give you 7 days or 40 hours, or we'll give you 5 tasks. And if you complete them and you get along with the company and the culture and you're compatible and you do good work, then we'll hire you on full time. If you purchase products on your site, book, etc., but you don't receive the material because your bank thought it was fraud, but the purchase still goes through, what do you do? I need help. Yeah, so if you invested in any of our material, whether it's a book or a course or something, and you were charged, but you didn't have the material, what you can do right now is email support@theamzformula.com and have a very specific subject line and then just explain what it is. And one of our team members will answer you. Typically, right now, we're over the hours of operation. We're 9 through 5, Monday through Friday. However, my team is on here right now, so they will see this. So if you go and send one in right now, chances are you'll get a response, even though it's over hours of operation. How do you put yourself out there to people you don't know how to partner with? Yeah, so I mean, you have to do uncomfortable things to get new results, right? So it's not always the most comfortable thing. It may not always be something that you're looking forward to doing. However, it's something that you have to do. So I would just be honest, be very transparent, and I would go from there. An investment in yourself always pays the best return. Absolutely. What else we got? Man, we got a ton of questions. Looks like we have 3 minutes left on the clock. I was wondering if you thought adding a product video to a product. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Dell. So adding a video to your listing is huge. So in chronological order, you have video, then you have picture, then you have text. So in chronological order, video is the most powerful for conversions, picture is the second most powerful, and then words or your description, title, bullet points, so on and so forth is the third, in chronological order, ascending to descending in reference to conversion. Do you believe that Amazon images should be optimized for SEO? To be completely honest, there's no proof that Amazon's, and this is going to get really nerdy for a minute, excuse me, but there's no proof that Amazon spiders can crawl text, or excuse me, they do crawl text, can crawl images. Now, because I have a background in SEO, on websites, when you develop websites or build websites that you place on Google where you're trying to increase your search engine ranking for specific keywords, Google, now spiders, you guys are like, what he's talking about spiders. Spiders isn't like an algorithm that Google has to go and crawl the internet to see what you have. Like, what is your keyword density? What are the keywords? Like, so on and so forth, right? I'll leave it there. Nobody knows for fact if Amazon's A10 algorithm has a spider network that crawls pictures and determines SEO. In the SEO world in Google, you have ALT text. ALT text is where you can assign keywords to pictures. That way the pictures can help your ranking for organic search term ranking. Now, I know that went over a ton of you guys' head. It is not that difficult selling on Amazon, but some of you nerd guys just got a hard on right there. But nobody knows that. So it would be speculation. I believe, and again, this is speculation. I don't have any proof, but my speculation is there are crawlers, there are spiders that read pictures on Amazon because Amazon's a search engine just like Google. Therefore, it is advantageous, in my personal opinion, and this is theory, not fact, because I have no proof, that it is good to have keywords on your pictures. Now, with that being said, even if the spiders don't exist and they can't crawl and there's no alt text and so on and so forth, it's still going to help people buy your stuff because having keywords and attaching persuasive copy to it is going to help your conversions anyway. That book is fire. Read it a few times, applying pressure as we speak. Thanks, Josh. That means a lot to me. Screenshot that, E, so we can have that. People pay thousands of dollars to hear people lay down this kind of material. Every time you speak, I break out the notebook. Keep slaying, man. I appreciate it. You can screenshot that too, E. So you guys know the saying, note takers are money makers. Awesome. You guys rock. Is it necessary to form an LLC for Amazon FBA business? Because if we include LLC, trademark, and VAT registration in UK, it requires a big budget to start. So depending where you are, so it looks like you're in the United Kingdom, which is the second largest marketplace on Amazon. I think you can use the EIN, you can use your social, or an ITIN, I think is the third one, without the LLC or the VAT registration. But don't hold me accountable to that. We have a team that helps with that. So if you want help with that, if you email support@the Formula and say, hey, I want to get started, and regardless if you're a client of ours or not, I'll just extend my resource to you to help you and say, hey, I'm in the UK, I'm trying to get my entity started, or I'm trying to get started on a budget. Like, can you introduce me to the company that can help? We have a company that we work with that does all of our entity creation and classifications for our domestic and international clients that we manage in our AMZ Together program. I would be more than happy to plug you with that resource. When and where is your next AMZ class, in which city? I haven't done anything really in person because this whole COVID thing has pretty much sucked. So that's why I invested so much money in all of this equipment, and I try to make it as high quality and interactive as possible so we can kick it. But when all this stuff blows over, I'm sure I'll do something in person, and it may be somewhere warm like Florida or here in Austin. Cool. We'll wrap up maybe 2 more questions. I want to partner with someone, but most people I talk to don't even know what e-commerce is or is interested in it too much. I'm the only person I know that's fully dedicated to it. Yeah, so the most important thing to do is just come up with some type of deck or some type of plan or show them. And here's the thing, like if I was you, and this is cool, right? And we probably want to add this to the description too, because I've never done this, E. So if I was to try to pitch somebody on investing with me or become a partner in an Amazon business, this is the approach I would take, and this is kind of the strategy I would take. So first and foremost, investors or people with money, there's a few things that they want to know. Like number 1, is this legit? Number 2, can I get my money back, right? So what I would do first and foremost is say, hey, I want to start an Amazon FBA private label business. I'm tight on capital and credit. I'm looking for a strategic partner that can invest that capital and credit. I would invest my time, resources, and hunger in learning and managing everything, and it would be a mutually beneficial and lucrative relationship. Now, I know you're probably wondering, number 1, is this legit? And number 2, how can I get my money back? Let me explain. First off, do you have an Amazon account? He, she, they are probably going to say yes, because 2/3 of America and 51% of the globe does. And then you're going to say, well, if you log into your Amazon account and you look at your history, notice that those brand names you cannot buy in Walmart, and chances are you've never heard of them ever in your life. Those are private label brands by people like me running a company that I'm proposing to you. What we do is we find a product that sells every single day, that has demand, and we find that product, improve that product, source that product, supply that product, utilizing Amazon's fulfillment center, where we don't have to do anything. We don't need any type of employees. We don't need any type of facility, warehouse, overhead, insurance, printers, paper, nothing. All we need is a computer, which I have, and somebody who's going to find the product, reach out to the supplier, book the shipping, manage the PPC and the advertising, as well as managing inventory. I can do that from my computer, and I can do it during my spare time. Now, in reference of how can you get your money back, this is how it works. For instance, if you get, and I would show him, I would walk them through this. Here is this protein powder. This protein powder is selling for $29.99 on Amazon. Here's Alibaba, which is where we go and find a manufacturer. This is what all the large companies do. We can get this made for $9. So we can get it shipped for $1. So shipped, the total cost is $10. Now, Amazon's going to charge us $5, and for advertising, the acquisition is going to cost us around $2. So we're in $17. However, we can make $13 profit. I project it's going to sell 1,000 units per month. 1,000 units per month times 13 net profit is $13,000 per month. I need a liquid investment of $10,000, and this can be a long-term thing or a one-time thing, whatever you feel is best. The investment I would need to get started is $10,000. I'm willing to give you a 15% return on your $10,000, or I'm willing to partner with you 50-50, 70-30, 60-40, whatever you feel is right. Inject that number there. I'm willing to partner with you, and you inject the capital for the products and future products, and I manage everything, and we split the profits. The way we get paid is after our first product sells, every 2 weeks, Amazon pays us via ACH wire. So I would do just that. So for those of you who are watching this and like you want to run that play, the timestamp is 48 minutes and 51 seconds. Write that down. Like that was the end. So maybe go back to, I don't know, 45 minutes. Re-listen to that, write that script down, and then do that presentation like just like that in front of your investor or your family member. And there's what else is there to talk about? Rather they want to do it or they don't want to do it. However, it makes sense. The business has existed forever. Outside of Amazon, it's supply and demand. We're selling things to people who want to buy the thing, who don't want to go to the store to buy the thing. This will exist forever, right? So hopefully that helps. Do you deal with licensed brand name products? What are your thoughts? I launched a store 2 months ago selling brand name products. Just wondering. Yeah. So me personally, I do not sell brand name products. So when you sell brand name products, you're a distributor. And the way that relationship works, it's kind of a wholesale agreement. Basically, you have a manufacturer that manufactures the product. They then sell it to large distributors or large wholesalers who then wholesale it or distribute it to other distributors, which would be us, at below MSRP. MSRP is manufacturer suggested retail pricing. We buy below MSRP, we sell at MSRP at MAP. So MSRP is manufacturer suggested retail pricing. If we buy below MSRP and we sell it at MSRP, the spread difference is what we profit. However, 9 times out of 10, usually there is an MAP agreement. MAP stands for minimum advertised pricing structure. So an MAP agreement is, for instance, if you go to Best Buy or you go to Apple or you go to Walmart.com, all Apple products are going to be the same regardless of where you buy it. They can maintain that order through that MAP structure through their distributors. I've done wholesale before. The ROI is low, like King said. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of hustle. There's nothing really proprietary. You get a less EBITDA evaluation, which is earning before interest, taxes, appreciation, depreciation on any type of exit that you want to do down the road. You get much higher EBITDA evaluations on exiting or selling your business when you build a brand. For instance, my good friend Alex Hermosi just sold one of his companies for near $50 million. That's because it's a private label brand that sells private label supplements just like these right here. So I've had the privilege of working with him. He's a really good close friend of mine. You may know who he is. So with that being said, you can get a higher evaluation. So even though I don't plan on selling these businesses when I start them, I don't think anybody does unless you've done it and now that's the primary goal. But you should always start everything with the end in mind, meaning you should always start everything with a 36 to 72 month trajectory of an exit plan. And when you do things like that, you're going to be more organized. Your financials are going to be more organized. You're going to be optimizing your efficiencies and your management and your team and your margins and your systems. And you're going to be more keen to have your intellectual property in place, like your LLC and your trademark and your website and the social media handles. When you play right and you play like that, you can then play big down the road if you choose to. Fun fact, if you go to empireflippers.com, guys, 1 to 10 product portfolios are selling for 6 and 7 figure paydays. You could start an Amazon business today, have it up and running in the next 6 to 12 months, have a track record of it, right? Go get approved through Walmart and all these other e-commerce platforms, and then take it to Empire Flippers or hire an independent broker and sell it for up to 12x EBITDA, which is earning before interest, taxes, appreciation, depreciation, off of the gross revenue. So for instance, one product, let's just say one product is doing $1 million a year gross, you could sell it for 12 million, right? So that's a huge, huge payday, depending on the category that you're in, the niche that you're in, the current market, and all that other jazz. But you see, for illustration purposes, the advantage of having a private label brand. So my team just stopped me and said that the like person ratio is way off. So if you like money, if you learned one thing here today and you want us to do this again, I need to see this 26 go up to at least 30. At least 30. Let's get this right here to at least 30. Let's do it together. Hit the like button. Boom. It's super easy. By the way, guys, 93% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel. It takes no effort to just smash the red button that says subscribe. Next to it, click the notification bell. You want to do it. I don't care if you do, but trust me, you want to do it because Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we are introducing new content. Every single week, we interview and break down a brand new product that is generating over 7 figures per year. I'm reverse engineering the products. I'm showing you the products. I'm opening the packaging. Literally, here's one that we just did. I'm reviewing the product, opening the package, showing you the product, showing you the numbers, showing you how to find the product, how much the product makes, and all of that. So you don't want to miss that. On top of that, we have a new value video, as well as every Friday, you have 30 minutes, which is always an hour, with a millionaire, where you get all of your questions answered. You get to hang out with me. There's no other place on YouTube like this, the #1 place to increase your income, your impact, and your influence. Really quick, if you want to get started in your Amazon business, or you want to take your Amazon business to the next level, there are some links that will be down below in this video. Link number one is access to my brand new book, One Product Away. It is $20 or something like that. It's crazy. It's I break down my entire business model and how to find that one product, the one product that changed me and my family's life. So if you haven't got a copy of that book, I highly suggest that you do. Secondly, if you're not utilizing Jungle Scout or software to find products, you're going to want to get it. Those guys are my homies here in Austin. You can go to discountonjunglescout.com and get a discount on the software and follow along with what I'm teaching you so you can find these products or you find your next product. And lastly, if you're interested in any of my programs, consulting, or our investment opportunity where our team finds a product, builds a product, develops a product, sources the product, and manages the business for you, all you have to do is visit the link that is down below or amztogether.com. Watch the short video, schedule a call with my team. They will answer all your questions on any of my programs, and they will help you get to the next level. If you need help with funding, if you have any questions, whatever, we will help you. That's it, guys. I will see you next Friday. Remember, you're only one product away. And don't forget, smash the subscribe button. Please, please, please. I'll see you guys next week.